Yo, 101 here. In today's video, we're going to be talking about probably the greatest anime movie to exist, in my opinion, and that is Suzume. Suzume is directed by Makoto Shinkai and is a very visually stunning anime film combining fantasy and adventure elements with a beautiful coming of age story. This story follows, well, Suzume, who embarks on a journey across Japan to close mysterious doors that unleash destruction and death. This quest begins when she encounters a young man searching for mysterious doors. But let's get to it. Who is Suzume first and foremost? Let's get into her background. Suzume lives in Japan with her aunt after losing her mother in the devastating earthquake of March 2011. This traumatic event deeply affects her emotional and psychological state and shapes her character through the film. Despite being raised in a loving environment by her aunt, who did the best she could, Suzume struggles with the feelings of loss and abandonment that stem from her mother's passing. Now, her journey. The story begins when Suzume encounters a mysterious young man named Soda, who is searching for abandoned places that contain mythical doors. These doors are linked to a supernatural entity known as the Worm, which has the potential to unleash catastrophic earthquakes across Japan if not properly sealed and basically locked away. Suzume follows him to an abandoned resort where she discovers one of these doors. When Suzume opens the door out of curiosity, she mistakenly unleashes the worm, but it's not her fault, basically, leading to a disastrous consequence for her town. In an effort to ratify this mistake, she teams up with Soda, who reveals that he is a closer, someone tasked with sealing these dangerous doors. Her growth throughout the story is very, very beautiful. As their journey unfolds, Suzume faces numerous challenges while traveling across Japan to close these doors before they could cause further destruction and death. During this adventure, she learns about herself and confronts her past traumas. A very significant turning point occurs when Soda is cursed by a guardian deity named Daijin and transforms into a three-legged chair. Yeah, no, it was funny. This transformation adds complexity to their mission as Suzume must find a way to continue without him in his human form. Throughout their travels, they meet various characters who help them and understand the importance of memories and emotions in overcoming grief and their psychological states. Each door they close symbolizes not just a physical barrier, but also represents Suzume's struggle to come to terms with her past. The climax of the film occurs when Suzume reaches Tokyo, and that she must sacrifice someone. We'll get to that later. Now, on to our male protagonist of the film. Soda is depicted as a young man who travels across Japan with the mission to locate and seal these doors and protect the towns and the cities from the worm. This worm escapes from one of these doors because Suzume didn't know what she was doing, resulting in an earthquake and other disaster. He identifies himself as a closer, someone who's tasked with locking these dangerous portals to prevent chaos from spreading through the country. And as we know, he encounters Suzume and they have their journey. He's also one of the greatest characters, top three, especially when he's the funny chair. The plot. The discovery of the door. Suzume is intrigued by Soda and his mission, so she decides to follow him to the abandoned resort. There, she discovers a freestanding door amidst the ruins. When she opens it, she sees a beautiful starlit field, but cannot step through it. In her exploration of this area, she accidentally trips over a cat statue that magically transforms into, well, a real cat and scurries away. This encounter marks the beginning of a series of supernatural events that will change Suzume and Soto's life forever. Later that day, during lunch at school, Suzume notices an ominous column of smoke rising from the resort. Something Something no one else seems to see. Alarmed, she rushes back to find Soda struggling to close the door, from which the smoke is emanating. Together, they manage to lock it using an ancient key just in time to prevent further destruction. However, their actions accidentally trigger an earthquake that caused damage to the town. As we've gone over before, there's also the role of the closer. After this incident, Soda reveals his identity as well the closer, someone tasked with locating these doors. As they talk about their futures, the cat reappears and unexpectedly transforms Soda into an animated three legged chair, a whimsical yet critical plot device that adds both humor and depth to the journey. The cat is later identified as Daijin, one of two keystones necessary for sealing away the monstrous worm. A journey across Japan, with Daijin leading them on this unexpected adventure. Suzume and Soda travel across various places in Japan, each associated with a significant historical or cultural relevance. While attempting to close more doors before disaster strikes again, their first stop after leaving is Imine Prefecture. Here they meet a great side character named Chika, a local girl who assists them in locating another door linked to the worm's emergence at an abandoned school. After successfully sealing this door together with her help, they continue their journey towards Kobe. In Kobe, they encounter another door hidden behind an amusement park. Well, it's actually inside the Ferris wheel, where they once again confront the worm, trying to escape into their world. Throughout these adventures, Soda becomes increasingly fatigued due to his transformation into the funny chair. Whenever he falls asleep, this adds urgency as they race against time. Revelations about family history. As their adventure unfolds in Tokyo next, there they seek out Soda's apartment. The narrative develops deeper into family histories and legacies tied to these supernatural occurrences. It is revealed that Soda belongs to a lineage responsible for locking these doors for generations. He explains how, if left unchecked, the worm could cause devastation similar to historical earthquakes. During this time in Tokyo, Suzume learns more about herself and her past connected with loss and grief tied directly back to her mother's death during the disaster back in 2011. She realizes that her ability to perceive both the worm and access realms beyond normal perception stems from having crossed over into this other world herself when she was younger. This is a very pivotal moment that ties directly back to her trauma. Confrontation with fate. The climax begins and builds as Daijin reveals its true nature. It has passed its role as a keystone onto Soda the chair himself, just as he transforms into one during their confrontation with another emerging threat from within Tokyo's depths. The very essence of chaos represents and is represented by this colossal worm. Soda ends up sacrificing himself to seal this monster away. We also have an incredible cast in this movie with people wanting to help and also being absolutely amazing. Like Soda's friend who says, "Oh yeah, he owes me money, so that's why I'm going after him." In all honesty, he's the one who owes him money and he just wants his friend back. And also, we have the incredible people that Suzume meets along the way to help her. Also, we got Daijin, who's an annoyance at times, but he's a pretty good he's a good cat. And also, of course, Suzume's aunt, who's MVP of this movie, 110%. A beautiful soundtrack. Like, just listen to it. Listen to the theme, listen to Sky Over Tokyo. It's peak. It's a peak soundtrack. It's beautiful. The choreography, the music, the instruments, it's all very beautiful. Amazing art. The stunning animation quality in Suzume is a hallmark of Makoto Senkai's work, characterized by meticulous attention to detail and fluid motion. The film showcases breathtaking landscapes that capture the essence of Japan's natural beauty. From the lush countryside to urban environments, each frame is crafted with care, making the visuals not just a backdrop, but an integral part of the narrative experience. And also how the colors pop. Like this can look like an artistry and be on display in museums. Like, let's be honest here, it is beautiful. Themes. Suzume explores several profound themes, primarily focused on trauma, healing, and the connection between personal and collective experiences. Trauma and healing. The film dives into Suzume's personal trauma stemming from the loss of her mother during the 2012 earthquake. This loss shapes her character and drives her journey throughout the film as she confronts her past and seeks to heal from it. Another theme is the theme of collective memory. Alongside individual trauma, Suzume reflects on Japan's collective memory of the natural disasters. The narrative intertwines Suzume's personal struggle with the broader cultural trauma experienced by those affected by the earthquake, emphasizing how those events shape identities and communities. Another theme is connection and relationship. The film highlights the importance of connections, both human relationships and memories tied to places. As Suzume travels across Japan, she learns to listen to the voices of those who lived in abandoned spaces, reinforcing the idea that memories can bridge gaps between people. And finally, the biggest theme I saw was hope and moving forward. Ultimately, Suzume conveys a message of hope. Despite the darker themes, the film encourages viewers to accept their past and look towards a bigger and brighter future, illustrating healing is important and possible through connection. Now, this ending is it's a gut puncher. A tear rolled down my eye when I watched this movie. In the final act of Suzume, after sealing the worm with Soda's help and Daijin's sacrifice, Suzume encounters the ever after, a realm where time is no longer linear and all moments coexist together. Here she meets her younger self from 12 years ago. This encounter serves as a pivotal moment in the film. It symbolizes Suzume's confrontation with her past trauma and the loss of her mother during the 2011 earthquake. During this meeting, present day Suzume confronts and comforts her younger self by giving her that chair that her mother built. This act represents not only a gesture of acceptance, but also signifies Suzume's acceptance of her past and her readiness to move forward in life. She tells her younger self that despite current sadness, she'll grow up surrounded by love, happiness, and joy. A conclusion. A message of hope. This film concludes with Suzume returning to her world alongside Soda. They meet again at their original meeting spot in Kyushu during the wintertime, symbolizing new beginnings and hopes for the future. The ending reinforces the overarching themes. While one cannot change the past or avoid pain caused by the natural disasters, embracing memories allows individuals to heal and find strength in others with moving forward. Now, this film is definitely a must watch, 110%. I recommend it. Make a weekend out of it. Get popcorn, get some food, kick back, relax. Of course, get some tissues because it's going to be a sad one. But anyway, that's it from me today. Signing off, 101. See you later. Also, if you like it, leave a like, leave a subscribe, leave a comment. Let's keep this discussion going. Anyway, see ya.